From dropping out of the 2020 Olympics without any warning, to doubts over her readiness for Paris, can Simone Biles reclaim her throne at the 2024 Olympic Games? Now, we have to talk about Simone Biles and her big decision at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. In the vault event, where she's usually a star, she only did 1.5 twists instead of her usual 2.5. This got her a low score of 13.733, and it was clear something was off. Right after that, she walked out with a medic and then pulled out of the team event. It turns out Simone was dealing with some tough mental health issues. USA Gymnastics backed her up on this, showing support for her decision. This was a big moment in sports, showing that mental health matters, even for top athletes like Simone. She stepped back because she didn't want to let her team down. And you know what? Her team still did great and grabbed the silver medal. Simone was super proud of them for stepping up and showing such strength. This whole situation got people talking about mental health in sports in a way they hadn't before. It's rare for athletes at Simone's level to open up about these things, and her honesty was a big deal. Other talented gymnasts have risen since Tokyo, creating strong competition for individual medals and team spots. Mention other contenders like Sunisa Lee and Kayla Bryant, and analyze their potential impact on Biles' path to gold. This period out of the spotlight has naturally opened up opportunities for other gymnasts to step into the limelight. The world of gymnastics, always bustling with talent, has seen the rise of several athletes who have taken advantage of this gap. Two names that stand out in this new era are Sunisa Lee and Kayla Bryant. Sunisa Lee, who grabbed headlines at the Tokyo Olympics, has cemented her position as a top contender. After nailing it at the Tokyo Olympics with a gold in the all-around and medals in team and uneven bars, she went on to win the NCAA championships on balance beam and got silver in the all-around. That's not something you see every day. Now she's got her eyes set on the Paris 2024 Olympics, working on some new stuff that could even be named after her if she pulls them off at big events. Then there's Kayla DiCello. She was an alternate for the Tokyo team, but she's been stepping up her game. She snagged a bronze in the all-around at the 2021 World Championships. That's a big deal, showing she's got what it takes on the world stage. And get this, in 2023, she went on to win the all-around gold at the Pan American Games. That's her first all-around gold as a senior, and it's a huge achievement. For Simone Biles, competing against these athletes means facing a new generation of gymnasts who have not only been inspired by her, but have also been honing their skills and building legacies. Biles will need to contend with their fresh energy and evolving skill sets, which have been developing rapidly in her absence. Plus, taking a long break from a sport like gymnastics can have a significant impact on an athlete's performance. This isn't just about losing physical fitness, it's also about how the body and mind need to readjust to the high demands of the sport. Gymnastics, for instance, exposes athletes to incredibly high forces. Think about the impact on ankles during tumbling, which can be 13 to 17 times an athlete's body weight, or the stress on the spine from extending, landing, and swinging. After months away from such stresses, an athlete's body might not be ready to handle them immediately upon return. When athletes jump back into full training quickly, they risk overloading tissues that haven't built up tolerance to such high stress. This can lead to injuries or a snowball effect where tissue stress exceeds recovery. It's crucial for athletes to continue a maintenance program to reduce the risk of re-injury, especially since a previous injury is one of the biggest predictors of future injuries. There's also the psychological aspect. Returning to high-level gymnastics can be anxiety-inducing, and fear of re-injury can play a significant role in an athlete's performance. A gradual return to training is essential not just for physical adaptation, but also for psychological readiness. When it comes to Biles, these factors are particularly important. While her level of skill and experience is unparalleled, the challenges of regaining peak physical condition, adapting to the high stresses of the sport, and overcoming the psychological hurdles of a comeback should not be underestimated. But if there's anyone who can make a strong comeback, it's Simone Biles. Despite the challenges posed by the twisties incident at the Tokyo Olympics, she has been actively working on her routines and overcoming mental blocks. After returning to the US, Biles has been training in Texas with coaches Laurent and Cecile Landy. She has made significant progress, describing her return to training as feeling like second nature again. This is promising, especially considering the difficulties she faced with the twisties back in 2020. And when it comes to her training, Biles has been focusing on regaining her feel for the sport. Her strategic approach includes practicing a full in on the trampoline, as recommended by her coach. This exercise is crucial for regaining spatial awareness and confidence in her skills. Her successful return to the balance beam final in Tokyo, where she won a bronze medal, is a testament to her resilience and ability to overcome mental challenges. Biles is not only focusing on her return to gymnastics, but also giving back to the community. She spearheaded the Gold Over America Tour, which aims to support and inspire athletes, continuing the conversation about mental health in sports. This tour showcases her commitment not just to her own comeback, but also to helping others in the gymnastics community. And the thing is, Simone Biles is already recognized as one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. She has 32 Olympic and World Championship medals. But this success comes with intense media scrutiny and towering public expectations. Every move Biles makes is closely watched and analyzed. This relentless attention can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it highlights her incredible talent and influence in the sport. On the other hand, it adds an extraordinary level of pressure. The expectations to continually perform at her best, break new records, and maintain her status can be overwhelming. Biles' experience at the Tokyo Olympics brought this into sharp focus. Her decision to prioritize her mental health over competition was both lauded and criticized, showing how her actions are under constant examination. This scrutiny goes beyond her performance on the mat. It extends to her personal choices and mental health, topics that have traditionally been private for athletes. The impact of this pressure on her performance cannot be underestimated. The mental and emotional strain of living up to such high standards can affect even the most seasoned athletes. For Biles, balancing her own aspirations with external expectations is a continual challenge. On top of that, Biles' status as a role model adds another layer to the pressure. Many young gymnasts look up to her, and she is acutely aware of the influence she has on the next generation. Her actions, both in and out of competition, set an example for aspiring gymnasts worldwide. But there's still the question, can Simone Biles overcome the mental hurdle of the twisties and compete with the same confidence she held before Tokyo? The history of sports is replete with examples of athletes taking extended breaks and returning to varying degrees of success. Some, like Michael Phelps, have successfully returned after breaks to reclaim their status at the top of their sports. Others have found the landscape significantly altered, with new talents rising to prominence during their absence. This highlights the unpredictability and individual nature of comebacks in high-performance sports. Athletes returning from long breaks often face a myriad of challenges, including regaining peak physical condition, re-establishing their competitive edge, and adapting to any changes in their sport or competition. Simone Biles' difficulties are compounded by the intense media attention and public expectations that come with being a gymnastics icon. And for her fellow athletes, her comeback would mean competing against a gymnast who has redefined what is possible in gymnastics. Biles brings not just a collection of high-difficulty skills, but also a level of experience and mental toughness forged through overcoming challenges, both personal and professional. For rising stars and established competitors, Biles' presence would elevate the level of competition. Athletes like Sunisa Lee and Kayla DiCello, who have been making waves in Biles' absence, would find themselves tested against a gymnast whose performances set the bar globally. This could motivate them to push their limits, innovate in their routines, and strive for greater excellence, knowing they are competing against the best. On top of that, Biles' return could also serve as an inspiration for many athletes. Her journey to overcome mental health challenges tells a story about resilience and the importance of prioritizing well-being alongside athletic achievement. Her presence in Paris would be more than just about medals. It would symbolize the strength and perseverance inherent in top-level sports, inspiring athletes and spectators alike. So, from doubts over her readiness for Paris to dropping out of the 2020 Olympics without any warning, can Simone Biles reclaim her throne at the 2024 Olympic Games?